Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the LRS Formula season. We're here for round 1 at Australia Albert Park. We are here for the Liminal Spaces Australian Grand Prix. And of course, at the Legends of Journeys, that's now official. We're not doing testing anymore. This is the real deal here, people. We're going to be looking at these guys going against each other with tooth and nail. We're going to be fighting for positions. And we're going to see them go against each other at full force today. Everybody get ready for the race. Keep an eye out for the next few races, those being the Hyundai Customs Bahrain Grand Prix and also the Vintage.com Imola Grand Prix. I know it's not the Italian Grand Prix, but that's because we have Imola and Monza on our schedule. So I'm splitting it up as Imola and Monza Grand Prix. You'll see, I think it's either called Monza or Italian Grand Prix. But we're going to do the same thing for Japan, because those are two different circuits that are both in Japan. There's Autopolis in Japan, but those are Autopolis and Suzuka. Those are way later, so don't even worry about those. Well, take a look at the qualifying session here. Starting off with Linz coming out. We have a bunch of drivers. Some drivers we already recognize, but some drivers who are brand new. For example, Linz here, he is a driver that we have all seen beforehand. I mean, he's a driver who has done a lot of crazy stuff in stock car beforehand. And same story with Apollo, the driver who was in Legends Endurance previously. The same story with Linz. Both of them were in Legends Endurance. Or not in Legends Endurance. Linz will be racing Prototype, not Legends Endurance. Apollo, however, he was in Legends Endurance. And he ended up 5th. But it was nice to see him partake within the LMP1 category of Legends. And see him go absolutely haywire on the field. Of course, he did have a bit of incidents here and there. And since I was talking about new drivers, here we have a brand new driver, and that's none other than the number 47 of Draco. The driver who joined LRS in, after Legends 1. Wanted to join it, has joined it, and here he is in the Formula season, or in the Formula series. He'll also be racing in the stock car series, so we'll see him in multiple series here and there. It'll be nice to see him and see how he'll be doing. And the other driver, of course, a legendary driver, Zach, the number 43, who now races in the McLaren livery. A classic livery right here. And Zach, of course, he has an insane level of like racing history. One of the most talented ones out there, no doubt. And also a brand new driver, Miu, right here, as we look at other drivers come out. Gets a bit off over there, but Miu starting her lap already, along with Linz, Conzi, Apollo, and Jim Fuego and Draco, and soon also Zio. You guys just have to get used to it, because there's a boatload of new drivers, but there's also going to be a bunch of new drivers joining after Legends 2. So we'll see a lot of drivers join and leave. Or, well, not really leave, more so join. So we have the number 8 of Zio right here. Another driver that was actually able to join since the stock car era. The Roblox era, I would say. He was able to join. And his entry was actually scheduled. But it was the final season of stock car in Roblox, since we moved on to Assetto Corsa. And, well, now that there's a lot of more space, he finally has a spot here. And, of course, we also have MTL, one of the greatest drivers in LRS ever, I would say. This man is an absolute unit behind the wheel. He has done insane things I think I've seen no other driver do. And I want to see how he's going to be doing here today at Albert Park in Australia. Blake Ezio, another driver that we have here. And Blake is actually has a very decorated history in terms of racing. There are a lot of sim racing beforehand, and also part of the TOEFL community. Of course, outside of that, also Vocaloid community, a bunch of communities that Blake has raced his name in, and now he's here. Also, the number 22 of Scratch here. The driver who was in Legends of Journeys, he ended up second behind Sam, but definitely ahead of Smoke Hero. It was a really, really nice race. If you haven't seen the Legends of Journeys, I would say watch that, because that's where you'll see Scratch at his absolute finest. And speaking about the Legends Endurance, here's your Legends Endurance race winner. So an LRS legend that we're looking at right here, and that's none other than the 6th of Sam. Of course, lots of insane things has happened over the seasons after Legends Endurance. And now he's here performing in the Formula Series. He's also going to be racing in the Stock Car Series. He's going to stay in Stock Car, but he decided to do Formula as a second series. And let's see how he'll be performing as Apollo goes a bit wide over there. The thingy with Formula is we're going to be racing 75 kilometers. So many series have like, oh, we race 50, or like GT races 50. Stock Car depends on the event, and Prototype is 200. So it's 50 more than Legends Endurance. So that basically is going to be the specified kilometers. So every race has 75 kilometers in this series. But if the popularity is big enough and we get a lot of action, I might change it from 75 to 100, so we get even longer racing. Sam currently in 4th, and the current top spot has been taken by Flappa, who's also here. And also a name that you might have recognized from the older times of Roblox era. Flappa was one of the drivers that absolutely put a threat on, like, just put so much pressure on the Pro Series back then. It was actually in the Daytona finale in their debut. That's actually insane to think about, that they were in their debut in their first Pro Series season, in the debut season. And they were challenging, I forgot who it was, but I think it was Yesap who they were challenging. And that was an insane race to watch. And now I'm glad that the 73 is back on the field again. I've missed watching Flappa race. Looking at Draco, currently in 12th out of 15th. There are 15 drivers here. Lots of them already raced in LRS, some of them brand new. We're gonna get a whole situation where we're gonna have pros versus rookies. As we have Zach in 3rd, Jack in 2nd, Flappa 1st. And we do see a lot of changes here and there on the scoreboard. So we have we're about to have less than 2 minutes remaining. The current standings: Apollo in 15th, MTL in 14th, Metro in 13th, Metro in 12th, Scratch in 13th, and Metro in 12th, then Draco in 11th, Miu in 10th, Kanzi in 9th, Jimmy Fuego in 8th, Blake Ezio in 7th, Zio in 6th, Sam in 5th, Linz in 4th, Zach in 3rd, Jack in 2nd, and Flappa in provisional pole here. And yes, Kanzi and Jimmy Fuego are here. Both of the Buckshot Bros will be racing in the same series. They'll both be doing Formula and GT. So it'll be nice to see how those two will be going against each other here in Australia, but also for the entirety of the season. I want to see who's going to top the other in terms of performance. Who's going to be higher up on the results, who's going to be higher up in the qualifyings. It all comes down to this season. We'll be finding out who will be ahead of one another. Stuff like that is fun. There less than a minute remaining. Time is ticking as we're looking at Linz coming across the line, and he's going to get himself a 4th position, or stick it to a 4th position. As he's definitely trying to improve. He's not going to stick to it, or else he would have already been into the pits. He's driving the cyanide livery, the cyanide diner livery, and Miyu in the Mang BTS PT21 livery. Right behind Apollo, who drives the You Are Okay livery. And I'm not specifically saying the car brand either, because everyone drives the same car. Everyone drives a Minardi. And it's pure because manufacturer stuff, that's not fun. In sports cars, it makes sense because everyone is made, everyone races on the same rules. And there goes Miyu into the wall, and there goes Apollo also. Completely losing control over his car, and there goes their qualifying runs. As shit has hit the fan over there. And this soon already, as Draco shoots himself up to 4th and puts Linz all the way in 5th at the moment. It's going to be very annoying for him, but we're looking at the Norwegian trying to improve. As Jack comes across the line. No improvement. This is looking better and better for the 73 as he's right behind Blake Easyjoy, trying to get his run to finish. Eight more cars coming over to the finish line, including the one that we're looking at right here, the number 47 of Draco. Moves the last turn and crossing the line right here. And he got pushed back to 5th. Linz having a faster run pushes Draco down to 5th again. But Zach kept his 3rd spot. And that is nice to see. Looking at Zio coming across the line. No improvement from any of the drivers to the point where they get pulled, but it doesn't look like it either from any of the drivers. Floppa, pole position. It's about to get ready. We're about to be taking a look at Floppa, Jack, Zach, Linz, and Draco. All getting ready on the start-finish lines. We're going green. 15 laps here at Australia Albert Park. Let's do it, people. Flop into the grass over there. And Jack now on the outside. Side to side, the 10 to the 73. Who's going to emerge on the front? It's going to be Floppa holding back that spot again. Now Jack has way more momentum coming out over there. Looking at Jimmy Fuego. There goes Zio a bit off. And Draco got that spot again. Jimmy staying right behind Zio, and so is Zio against Draco at the moment. All in a single line. But Draco's going to try to break that line. Jimmy's going to try to break that line. Didn't work for either of them. And the battle between Floppa and Jack is getting so heated that Zach and Linz are getting left behind. But Linz is going to try to get closer to Zach, literally side to side, but on the inside. Zach took that turn over there, and now you see Sam trying to make a move. Oh, that gets really scary. Let's see if the 6 could do it. Oh, Linz going very wide. Side to side still, both of them. And Sam now ahead of Linz. Oh man, this is going to be a good series. It's going to be a really good series. Blake going a bit wide over there, but so is Metro. Into lap 2. Now the pack is getting a bit loose, and the pack's getting a bit more split up. With different drivers on a different pace. There goes Blake immediately not even letting go of the gas, holds back the 18. And now Miu has to try again. Oh, looks like MTL went wide over there. Lynn's trying to get ahead on the inside, did not work. Now he gets a bit closer to the wall. Now Draco could make a move, and he definitely does. On the inside he goes, full gas, and Linz is now taking that. He's gonna try to fight back in an instant. Not working for him. And now Draco took that 5th spot away from the 23. Looking at Jimmy Fuego trying to make a move on Zio. This could get ugly if it goes wrong. Let's see. Ooh, they go a bit wide over there. Zio getting a bit pushed off, and there's a lot of smoke back there. I assume that's from drivers getting on the grass over there. Lap 3, looking at Metro right here, the 21. Metro was also in the Legends Endurance, but he was not in LMP1. He was actually in GT3. Ended up 2nd in overall after he got overtaken by JKR. Another driver in a different series. And JKR overtook him like midway through the race. And Metro's 2nd spot was also in question by Shiny, but he kept the pace going and he got that 2nd spot for himself, which is a nice thing to see. Looking at the 8 of Zio behind Jimmy Fuego at the moment. Oh, I thought somebody went off over there. But it did look like Zio went sideways for a second as Blake Ezio immediately interferes. And Zio has a fast enough speed to try to get ahead of Blake, pushes Blake a bit wide. But now the 39 has the 8 in his rearview mirror. Oh yeah, you see Zio, Zio fighting with tooth and nail. He's not gonna, he is furious behind the wheel. You can definitely see that in his driver style. He is furious behind the wheel at the moment. And Miu getting closer and closer to Zio. Could try to go for an overtake here on the next turn, the next long left-hander right here. Of course, Albert Park won't be the only time we'll see. It will not be the last time we'll see Albert Park in the season. Not in Formula, which is an LRS in general, because GT will be racing Albert Park too, as GT will be doing an Australia doubleheader as their first go to Bathurst in Mount Panorama, and then they're gonna go to Albert Park here in Australia. We're into lap 5, 10 more laps to go. Flop a still in the lead by a big margin. Draco putting pressure on Sam, but Sam unfazed by any of the pressure that he gets. Looking at Draco driving a Doom Skylord livery. And Sam, the Red Hook Darkest Dungeon livery. Metro currently in 11th, 1 point outside of the top 10. Of course, 10 points are still being awarded here. It's not like we're going to split halfway. 10, still 10. So even if there's a series with 10 points and or series with 11 drivers, 12 drivers, they'll still be 10. Like if it's like, for example, like 11, then we're just going to do 5. Or if it's like 10, then of course 5. But hey, it's not a stock car anymore. It's not a stock car and more pro series. It's the Formula series with more drivers than we have ever seen in LRS. Of course, the biggest we have ever seen is stock car. You know, series of 5 stock car before the Legends Endurance. And this time we're gonna get the champions of every series to become a Legends Endurance participant. And of course, for the drivers of Formula, they'll be racing the LMP1 cars. And we're gonna see how they'll be doing. As the next place that we'll be going to is Le Mans Circuit de la Sèvres. All the way in France. Now the 22 stretch, all the way in 12, not that far from Metro, so he could try to go for an overtake within any of the next few laps if he doesn't mess up that hard. But I think everyone messes up on that location, so. So lap 7, Floppa still in the lead, and Jack already 2.5 seconds away. Stretch getting closer and closer to Metro. And same sort of for Zeal with Blake Easyoi. Zeal could try to overtake Blake in any of these laps. And I definitely think that is going to be one of the things that we'll see in a bit. Meanwhile, Draco's still behind Sam. And Draco's in 5th, so he is in the top 10 margin. He'll get 6 points if he happens to cross the line so far. But from the looks of the way he drives, he wants to turn that 6 into 7. He wants to get 7 points. Zio also trying to overtake Blake, but meanwhile Mio also trying to overtake Zio, and Metro also trying to overtake Miu, and Scratch trying to overtake Metro. It's like so many things are happening at the moment, and there looks like a lot of lockup over there. That was a big lockup over there. And it has to do between Scratch and a Metro. And Scratch went sideways over there. Those two duking it out. It got so aggressive. Lap 9 out of 15 at the moment. So far, I would say. Looking at Linz at the moment, the 23. And after, of course, Formula is going to be the first one I'll be doing of the races. All the races are all going to be done in the same time. Like race 1 of Formula will be done at the same time as race 1 of GT. Will be done at the same time as race 1 of Stock Car, race 1 of Prototype. Stuff like that. But Prototype might be done in different times. Those prototypes are way longer. But all of them have to be done first race before we can go into the second race. Five more laps to go as Flop across the line into lap 10. The sound itself is just so beautiful. That's why I chose these cars. And that's why I'm so glad that Sam was like, yes, these cars are good enough. And Sam was the first driver to ever drive these Formula cars. And I'm glad Sam said yes, because these cars, the sound alone, I could listen to this any day. It's so great. The high screeching V10s, you cannot get that anywhere else. Zio into the grass. Now Mio has an opportunity to try to overtake. Zio again into the grass. Now Mio on the inside, or on the outside in fact, not even on the inside. Tries to get on the inside here, has more advantage. Zio way sooner on the gas than Miu did. Side to side to lap 11. Turn 1. Oh, yo, yo, yeah, Mia had to be careful because if she didn't back up, then she would have hit Zio. Currently, standings, we have Apollo in 15th, MTL 14th, Kazi 13th, Scratch in 12th, Metro Man 11th, Mio in 10th, it's 9th is Zio, 8th is Apollo, Gene Fuego 7th, ooh, I'm looking at the 6th of Lins, who went a bit into the grass over there. Drake on 5th, Sam in 4th, Zach in 3rd, Jack in 2nd, and Flapper over 4 seconds. Up in 1st, leading the race here, Australia. Liminal Spaces Australian Grand Prix. "13 out of 15. We have 3 more laps to go. Well, Blake over there went a little bit off. Again on the grass. Lap 14 and the 15. 2 more. And then we'll see the winner. Vince getting closer and closer to Draco, but then again, it is also very low for them. Oh, Kanzi locking up over there. MTL immediately taking that spot away. After Kanzi locked up big time right there. Now Miyu on the inside of Zio. Let's see if Miyu could do it as a waving white flag. One more lap to go here at Australia. Miyu on the outside, now on the inside. Far ahead of Zio, had to get harder on the gas. And now, Miyu took that spot away from Zio. Let's see if Zio's gonna fight back. Bit of action now with the final lap is now. It's now or never here. This is going to be a big bonus for the remaining of the season, of course. Starting off with a bunch of points. We're starting off with a few points will get you going. Now it looks like Neo has Zio in his rear view, or in her rear view mirror, excuse me. So looking at Flapper, the driver who left LRS due to lack of points. And he is back here. But the front row is waving the black and white checkered flag. Welcome back, Flapper, to the top spot as Flapper wins here in Australia. Jack coming home in second. And Zach also coming home to take the final spot on the podium. And getting himself that third spot here in Australia. Sam in fourth, Drake on fifth, Linson sixth, Jim Fuego coming home in seventh, Blake in eighth, Metro in ninth, and Miyu in ninth, and Metro in 10th. Zio just missing out. And that will conclude the race here in Australia. As we currently take a look at the standings, Flapper all the way up front, of course, with 12 points. Jack is second with 9th. Also forgot to tell you guys about the results, which is my apologies for that. Let me quickly get that out real quick. It was Flapper first, Jack second, Zach third, Sam fourth, Draco fifth, Lynn sixth, Jimmy seventh, Blake eighth, 9th, Miyu, and 10th is Metro. And the fastest lap was made by Flapper. As back again, we're gonna go back to the results at the moment. Hold on, let's get back to it real quick now that I've told you all about it. Standings, Flapper in first, of course, with the fastest lap and also the race win, and also the pole position. He gets himself a whole grand slam here at Australia. Jack in second. What a way to start off the season, by the way, for these three drivers, and that includes Zach also in third, Sam in fourth, Draco in fifth. We also have Linz in sixth, Jim Fuego seventh, Blake in eighth, Miyu in ninth, and Metro in 10th. And there's, of course, 5 more drivers with 0 points under the name, but we'll be finding out if they can get themselves a spot here in the points, as they're about to go next to the Kinder Customs Bahrain Grand Prix. So until then, we'll see you there. And take